It's legit the skin because I freaking bite it so hard.
Biting your lip when you say fuck, just say
Just like that.
Hello and welcome to another episode of In a Pickle, the show that is dedicated to the less glamorous side of sports. I am your host, Dave Houghton, and with me today, she puts the meh in media personality, Sarah Raytalic. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
Hello.
That's
You like that
the
one?
most perfect description of
Yeah,
me
that is-
ever.
That is 100% accurate. But you know what?
Yes.
You know what? You're my meh. All right?
Woohoo!
My favorite co-host. My only co-host. Unfortunately, you can't say the same thing about me because you have another podcast show called Generation Mixtape. Go to gmtpod.com and listen to Sarah and somebody else. Shout out to Joe.
Shout out, Joe.
No, it's a
Holla.
good show. All right, so we have a very
There's a lot going on.
a lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on. We got a couple of rewinds.
A
We
lot.
we got some crazy news, but let's open it up with the unfortunate timing passing
Oh my
of
God.
Dave the Parker.
Dave
the
the Cobra.
Parker. Dave the Parker Cobra. It was his twin brother.
Yes.
But Dave Parker unfortunately passed away. And
Yeah. S- Lost
our
his
our
battle.
social media group has really taken that to heart.
Yeah, it's a rough one. It
Yeah.
really is because his gameplay in itself was phenomenal. He was a great athlete,
Yeah.
hitter, runner. He could throw that ball from the outfield and get you out at home. Dude was an all-around stud. And it was so controversial because he was also, just there to have a good time. But you
Right.
also have to remember baseball in the 70s was so different than it is today.
Yeah, you could smoke in the dugout back then.
Correct, and
Should
he's
bring
just
that back.
there bopping with the boys.
Hey, if you hear any
And
noise, it's just me and the boys bopping.
it really is heartbreaking because he would be enshrined next month. And
Right. He didn't make it, unfortunately.
no, he was able to get the news, and everyone thought he was going to make it because they were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And here we are. And it's heartbreaking.
Was it what did he pass from? Was it Parkinson's? Yeah,
Parkinson's.
it was,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Especially
74.
yeah. It's but you know what? It's gonna be a hell of a tribute to him
Yes.
in the Hall of Fame.
And the Hall of
And
Fame has been doing snippet tributes for him, of him, about him
yeah.
the last few days, and it really is heartbreaking, and especially for our core group on the Instagram that we're friends with. It's,
Yeah.
you know, Buddy Will, whose name on Instagram was Dave the Cobra Parker for so long, and
Right.
it's just, and he would always get messages, people thinking it was
Right.
Dave Parker.
I know he should have ran with
But
that.
should have. But yeah, it's
It's too bad that he already left Instagram because now would be a perfect time for him to leave Instagram.
yeah, just
You know, be like, sorry.
align it.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Uh,
I guess things happen. Now we can
Yeah, it
place
was
bets on who's gonna die next.
yeah, I didn't have him, which,
No, I didn't
it's
have
really I
I
didn't
had
have
Ryan
him.
Sandberg before I had him.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
the
Yeah.
cancer, man, the
Yeah.
cancer. It's
But
just, yep. A tough loss to the baseball community, to the card collecting community, to sports fans, especially of Pittsburgh, you know.
yeah, they already have enough problems over there.
Correct. That's why I was like, and the funny part, I have to share this because I saw it on somebody tagged the Pirates in it, that the same game that they did the tribute, so that day on Saturday they did a tribute for him at the game, and then later on in the game they have a it's like the Bucko board, and you can put a message on the board.
Yes, I
And
saw
the
this.
mess you saw that. It's like, Cheryl, take me back. I miss
That's
you. I'm so sorry for kissing your sister.
I wonder if that's like really true or
I'm like, what are we doing?
like that's amazing. I hope that is 100% true.
It is. You
Yeah.
come on. At this point this year, PNC Park, everything with the Pirates. Though the Pirates did sweep the Mets beautifully,
Yeah, the
if
Mets
we
are in pure mid-season form where they
Yep.
just the wheels fall
Start to
off.
f-
So,
I just have been enjoying the images of Soto's face.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
been bringing me so much joy.
There's a page out there that does I forget the name of the Instagram page, but there's a page out there that does they make AI photos of all the players, but they're super fat and they were doing like they did like Pete Alonso, Acuna, a bunch of players, but then they did Soto, and it was just a photo of him.
It's just a photo.
Yeah.
He's not in baseball form at
And when you make
all.
that much money, fuck it, just eat what you want, right?
I know. Let's take it from the book of Raffy Devers.
Yeah. Another one who's just like, yeah, I'm gonna DH and just eat cheeseburgers. But let's get into the rewind because there is
Ugh.
two topics of conversation that we have talked about extensively that have come to a head, and it is now, I guess, over, and we'll see what happens to them. So, Sarah, kick us off with the rewind.
All right. Wander Franco, the saga. We
It's over.
done. We
It's over.
done.
Yeah.
We be done. He was found guilty of sexual abuse of a minor and received a 2-year suspended prison
I,
sentence.
I don't agree with this.
I do not either.
I
I
agree with what happened to his to the victim's mother, but
correct.
I do not agree with Wanda Franco's sentencing. And I
Mm-mm.
wonder if a dollar denomination to the court and to uh
To help have this
yeah,
uh
I wonder
end
if that
result.
I wonder if that played a part in his light sentencing. Because 2 years of it's not even house arrest, right? It's just probation.
It's he is so it's basically he is prohibited from approaching minors with sexual intentions. That's
Well,
that's basically it.
that should be
That should be an already like
that should be a
automatic
non-issue. Like
no.
you should already know that
You
not to do that.
shouldn't do that regardless.
Right.
Just throwing that out there.
Right.
But yeah, it's essentially probation in a sense. That's it.
Right.
It's
So it's
that's
really nothing.
and if he fucks up, he ends up in prison for 2 years.
But see, even that's not really I mean, yeah, prison is a big deal, but like even if he messes up in the 2 years that he's on probation, he only has to serve the 2 years in prison.
Correct.
So I would imagine that if he fucks up at the second to last day of his probation, he's only gonna have to serve 1 day in prison. Like,
Right.
is that it? So like,
It's
who cares?
it's wild.
It's
Wild, wild, wild.
I don't know. I just because they made this trial such a big deal and it was like all over the social medias and it was just like, you know, a huge fall from grace for this guy who
Right.
was going to be the face of baseball, not just
Correct.
Tampa, but baseball.
Right. Baseball in general.
And then it's like this is it.
Mhm.
So I mean like I feel like the ball was completely dropped in this one.
Now, it makes me wonder. Remember last week we were talking about the evidence and such like that. Now, they put the victim on the stand and she said that they were having a relationship since he was 21. So that's what, probably about what, 4 or 5 years now, if we do the math based off of
Yeah.
his age. I think he's like 24,
I
25,
think
something like
he's
that.
25 now.
Yeah. And it made me pause and go, okay, we discussed the evidence and how the defense was wanting to throw out so much of the evidence. A lot of the evidence must not have had legs.
Right.
Because if he is only getting this sentence, there, what was it? However, the evidence against the victim's mother, kudos to that because she got the 10 years like we want, like like everybody wanted and
And
everybody
that was
was all
something that
about.
was I guess more relieving where it's like,
Thank God.
cuz she did
She
I guess
trafficked out her fucking
she
kid.
pimped out her kid, right? But I guess if you want to not defend Wanda Franco, but if you want to just let's just play it as he's stupid, right?
Okay.
And he doesn't understand that like uh him being 21 and her being 15 was a problem.
Hmm.
And also maybe there's some sort of I don't want to sound like typical American asshole, but maybe there's something lost in translation between what happens in the DR and what happens in
The
America.
states.
Yeah, like maybe,
Yeah.
maybe that's like
It
maybe
may
that's
not
not
be as
taboo
taboo. Yes,
yeah,
you
it's
took
not
the word right out
taboo
of
in their
my, yeah.
culture, right?
Well,
You know,
because if you look at other countries, they do arranged marriages
right,
with, so it's, it could be something, it could be religious beliefs behind it or something like that.
right.
But overall, we look at it as icky. And because he works here with us, we're like icky, icky, icky.
Yeah, it's automatically like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right.
She's only 15, bro. But like,
Because when you
obviously, it,
put it in years.
yeah,
So when it's a 6 year age difference.
right,
So you put it where he's going to end up being like 30, she's in her mid 20s. It seems normal, right? When
right,
you say it out loud like that.
right. I mean, I think it's half your age plus 7 that you're allowed to date. So, you know, once you once you get to a certain point in life. Now, I just the again, I'm not defending Franco, but
Right.
I'm, you know, maybe he didn't realize that the mother was pimping the daughter out. I mean, the mother sounds like a complete con artist to me.
Right.
And
Right. Same.
now I bet you that after all this is said and done, I bet you Franco kind of like is taking a step back and he's like, oh,
Oh.
I see what she was doing. And
Mm,
the daughter probably had no clue either. She was just like, oh, my mom's just introducing me to people who are famous and up and coming, and, you know, this is the good life. Wanda Franco probably like obviously had what he thought a special relationship in his
mm,
heart, not maybe not knowing that being 15 in a 6 year age gap was very whoa. And maybe he thought like it was love. Who knows?
right?
you know and then meanwhile she's like, oh, I got the mother's like, oh, rent's due and I don't know if I can afford it, oh, car payments are due, and he's like, oh, I make millions of dollars in
Millions of dollars. Here you go.
MLB. Let me take care of that. Oh, that's so nice of you.
The fact that they
Like,
were finding money hidden in her home, though, is what's wild to me.
right.
When it was hidden in the paintings, hidden under the rugs and the floorboards, hidden in
Right.
the mattress. So she's
So
clearly
I
been
wonder
running this
I
game for a
I
bit.
wonder if it's Wanda Franco's money that she's been taking through time, or she just we have to look at like how many kids does she have? How many times
Right.
has she done this to thing? Are these what either way,
Is it
she's got
legitimate money?
yeah,
But
she's
it's
got
not on
10
the
years
book,
and
so it's not.
I'm gonna say it's not legitimate
It's
money because
not.
anything you're hiding behind a painting is kind of like
Hmm.
especially if it's like, she's in the DR and it's an American currency. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
let's just say Pablo Escobar was hiding money in the jungle and it was barrels full of American cash. Yeah, you're in Colombia. I
You
don't know.
know,
But that's okay because now let's switch gears. I think the Cleveland Browns might be getting a new
a new
kicker
kicker.
after he is finished with his 10-game suspension.
Oh boy. Yes, all Cleveland needs is more things.
Yeah.
So Justin Tucker has been suspended for 10 games for violations of the league's personal conduct policy.
I mean, yeah. Um, I
Yeah,
I can't imagine he's going to come back from this, honestly,
no.
because I mean, if he was really if he wasn't a kicker, I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shit on kickers because they're really probably a dime a dozen, honestly. If he wasn't a kicker and he was a quarterback, then this would be a bigger blow to a team. But Baltimore had already cut him, so
Yeah.
it's not a big deal, right? Before any
Mhm.
of these allegations, well, when these allegations first started coming out, Baltimore kind of like was like, we're out of here. See you later. They
Yeah, they
kicked him out.
stepped back hard
Yeah,
from him. They
we
were
have
kind of all
nothing to do
set.
with this. We're
Yeah.
good. So he was already jobless, and now he's getting a 10-game suspension from the Shield, which is, I mean, basically a huge
It's,
chunk of the season.
it's majority of the season.
Yeah. So I don't think that has any. And now he's still got to go through whatever kind of legal representation that's going to happen here.
Right,
Whether he's
because
getting
they
sued by the
they haven't fully sued him yet.
right.
So it's
And I'm sure divorce is
16
coming too.
16 massage therapists, so from 8 different wellness and spas. And the attorneys even said, like, once one of them sues him,
Oh, it's
his
the
career's
floodgates are
over.
open. Yeah.
His career's completely over.
The floodgates are going to open and he's going to have no money because he's going to get sued by 16 different massage parlors, right? Or therapists, massage
Therapists,
therapists.
yeah.
And then he's going to have, I mean, his wife better cut the cord first and sue him for all his money before
Yes.
all these other people come and do it.
Yes.
Because once
She
he gets
needs to
sued by,
start hiding it behind the paintings and in the
right,
floorboards.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, she can probably hide it in the bedroom and he's not going to know unless she wants to give him a massage. But I think he's living in the pool house right now while
Yeah.
she's hanging out with the pool boy
Good for
because
her.
it's got to be a bad scene in
Bad
that house.
situation.
Woo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but good for him. He
Good
seems
for him.
yeah, he comes off as kind of
A
like
weasel. He looks like a
yeah,
fucking weasel.
any of those guys who are like hardcore. He's like hardcore like Christian and shit, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I could have sworn I heard something where it was like
Probably.
he's hardcore with the Lord. Those
Let,
guys are like,
let's let me say this real
yeah,
quick. You can't outrun the spa game and the rub and tug.
right.
The only person who has been able to do so is Robert Kraft, and you don't have that kind of money.
Yeah, that's true.
So that is why you can't outrun it like he did.
Right. Robert Kraft probably bought all those rub and tugs and then deported all those women.
Yeah.
So,
He
yeah.
was like, "Want to play this game?
Yeah.
All
Oh, you're
right.
gonna accuse me of getting
If you,
OTPHJ?
yeah, if you offer, I'm not going to say no. It's rude to say no to the
Right. He's
host,
85 years
right?
old. Somebody wants to
Right.
tug on his beanbag, let him.
Correct.
You
But
know?
again, Justin Tucker, you do not have
You don't
Bobby
have
Kraft
Kraft
money.
money. You
You
don't
gotta
own
craft it.
macaroni and cheese.
You know.
You do not own macaroni and cheese. All right. Let's get into the news and talk about how bad of a month Evander Kane is having.
Oh,
Okay.
so bad.
Let's
He,
start
he
with
goes, I gotta just laugh at it. I'm
yeah.
such an
All right, let's
asshole.
start with the fact that he lost the Stanley Cup for the second year in a row.
Second year in a row.
Okay.
Yes.
And then he
Yes.
immediately gets traded to Vancouver Canucks. All
Yes,
right.
where he's originally from. I would
Where,
like
which
to
is,
highlight
yes.
is
You
he
actually
is
have to highlight this
you
part right now.
have to highlight the fact that his stomping grounds where he grew up
Yeah.
is Vancouver. So he was excited in a sense to be going back to Vancouver to play for his team that he grew up watching.
Right.
However,
But then as before that happens, his ex-wife kind of shames him
oh
on social
yeah,
media, right?
yeah,
And then after he gets traded to his hometown, he gets the shit kicked out of him
yeah,
in Vancouver and is sent to the hospital.
he sure is.
So not only are you from this place and you were
Yep,
traded to this place's team, the
correct.
people of your hometown beat the bag out of you
Hmm.
just enough to send you to the hospital. Keep
Correct.
in mind, Evander Kane is a fighter.
Correct.
So how many people were into this fight?
Well, he was out with his friends and they got jumped in a sense.
Yeah.
But like his
So
friends
if he's
were
out with his friends, did his friends run away or was it 1,500 people attacking them?
I feel as though in my mind it was like 1,500 people attacking them.
I would hope so. I would hope that his
There's
friends weren't
video.
just like,
It hasn't been
oh.
really yeah, there hasn't been re released yet. There is video. Every
Hmm.
news outlet that I looked this up at said that there will be a video released
I can't
soon.
wait for that. I gotta see
Because
what happened there.
I'm intrigued by it because again, but here's the thing also, you burn your bridges. Canada, hockey is life.
Yeah,
It's gospel. It's this, that, and the other thing.
right,
And yes, he was traded back to Vancouver, but he was traded from Edmonton back to Vancouver.
right.
And Evander Kane isn't really a quiet type. He does chirp a lot and fight a lot and
Yeah,
injure people and have a tendency to rub people the wrong way.
right,
So, yeah, people are probably like, I don't like what you did to this player, or I don't like what you did to that player. And just like, okay, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you and then we're gonna move on.
right. And
Welcome back. Welcome back.
welcome back. What a
Warm welcome.
wow. It's amazing. That is an amazingly warm welcome.
Dude,
Poor bastard.
the warmest welcome in hockey that transpired this week though with Marchand,
Oh
Brad
man.
Marchand staying in Florida.
Yeah. You know why? You know what I think? What I think honestly, why Marchand took that 6-year contract in Florida just to shove it up Boston's ass.
100%.
Not only did you trade
Absolutely.
me after I begged you that I wanted to start and end my career in Boston.
Hmm.
You know, I he's got a lot of history here. He's won a cup in 11. Now, they trade him to the Panthers. The Panthers were like, "Let's go." They go and they win back-to-back Stanley
Back
Cups.
to back.
Marchand's got a Stanley Cup now, another one. And then all of a sudden, all these rumors are coming out like Marchand's coming back to Boston. Marchand's coming back to Boston. I was like, there's no friggin' way
There's
he's
no
coming back
way.
to Boston. There's no way he's coming back to Boston.
Nope.
Breaking news yesterday Marchand signed 6 years with the Florida Panthers. He is donezo. Like, that's it.
Six.
He's going to end his career in
Yep.
Florida. And I
Good for him.
applaud it.
It's
I think that
The
is
Brady
amazing.
move.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
It's the
Because
fucking Tom
personally,
Brady move. I
even
love
being
it.
from here, and we all know that you're a Pittsburgh Penguins fan, famously.
Hmm.
Everybody on the show knows. But both of us being from Boston, neither of us are Bruins fans. I'm not a
Correct.
Bruins fan because I'm not a Bruins fan because I cannot stand the organization. I
Same.
can't.
I can't stand the organization and the fans from my childhood,
See,
which were
I don't
worse than
mind
the
the fans
fans
because
now.
the fans pay my mortgage.
You know,
So,
I'm saying the fans now are different than the fans in the 80s.
oh yeah.
Because remember, you could, like, you go to the old garden, you could smoke in the garden,
Yeah. Oh, you
and
mad
there
because
was
you can't smoke in the new garden?
I can't smoke anywhere anymore. It's terrible.
That's
No, but I'm
terrible.
just saying that like
Just light up a button
you
next time you're in a
also
hospital.
yeah, I'm gonna go right now
Yeah,
actually.
fuck it.
Um no, but remember like it seemed like limitless beers
Hmm.
in the old garden and it was a very I don't want to always say what we say. It was a different time,
Yeah.
but they were more aggressive and they didn't care about pouring beer on a small child in a
Yeah.
Penguins jersey.
You get up in the nosebleeds in the garden, and there's still some
There's
shitbags
still
up
some
there. That's fun.
questionable people,
Yeah.
but the organization as a whole is a dumpster fire. And the fact that Marchand wanted 8 mil, he was looking for 8 mil a year.
Right.
And
Right.
rightfully so. I mean, he's been in the game, he's still putting up numbers. Like, look at the playoffs that he had.
Yeah.
Look
Right.
at that shit. He had the opportunity to play with actual players, and look what he was able to accomplish.
Yep.
And again, fuck you, Bruins. But yeah, 37. This means that he's going to probably retire in 3 years.
Yep.
He'll go out in it'll be the same season that Crosby retires. He'll go out and he'll get his money and he'll live like on the Bobby Bonilla
Right.
sort of way.
Right. And why
Yeah.
not? That's the best way to do it, honestly. I think now you can't. I think
Defer the
baseball's,
contract.
well, yeah, baseball's trying to stop all those deferred contracts because obviously,
Yeah. Could you
Shohei
just
is,
like, well, yeah, Shohei's gonna be
he's going to be paid until the end of time.
till his kids are playing in the MLB.
His grandkids, Christ.
Right? It's just yeah, I do have to give a shout out though to the Florida Panthers for finding the loophole in the salary cap.
Yeah.
So many teams do it and so many teams don't take advantage of it in this sense. So yeah, I'm happy that
Right.
they are keeping their people, they're keeping their team together and they could go three-peat.
That would be. When was the last
I
three-peat in hockey? The Islanders in the
Canadians.
80s?
Oh, yes, that was the last one. I was
I
trying to go
believe
back.
so.
Yeah,
I
that
believe
was the
that was the
last three-peat.
last three-peat.
And then
That would be
before that
something.
was the Canadians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Hey,
Could we see it in our lifetime? That would be amazing.
a three-peat?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like see it like as adults in our lifetime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Though I really would like to see the husband win a cup in the next like couple years
That's
because
not gonna happen.
it's been getting rougher and rougher on these streets over
Honestly.
here.
Honestly, your husband being a Rangers fan is not happening. It's not.
Yeah, well,
I think the Bruins have a better shot at winning a cup before the Rangers do.
I
And
don't think
the
that
Bruins
though.
have
No, because they just drafted another softie from BC. They just another soft kid. I'm sorry. I hate to say it.
don't apologize to me.
A lot of the players that have recently in the last like decade that have been coming out of BC have been pretty soft.
Yeah.
And then they get into the National Hockey League, and they get the fucking shit knocked out of them.
Who was
And
the
they don't.
last BC kid?
Who was the last one that the Bruins fucking? There was somebody else that they did that was also soft. I think they drafted him last year. He's been playing in Providence.
Yeah.
I can't get it again. That's all I got. But let's talk about Geno Smith.
Yes, let's bring it to Geno Smith. I did not hear about this. Can you please tell me what Geno Smith is doing was this a charity game?
No, it was flag football. I was like looking at it and trying to see the videos of it.
This
So
was flag football?
it looked like flag football when I was looking at videos of it, but I couldn't also tell because everybody was more focused on this attitude and behavior of Geno Smith.
All right, what
Um,
happened here?
so he was coaching a youth football game in Florida. Again, why I also think it's flag football because it was in Florida and it's the middle of the summer. So 100
Right.
degree days. You're not going to
Yeah.
really have your kids out there in full pads. Call me crazy. Anyways, this was apparently the national championship 7-on-7 football game, and he was coaching the South Florida Express.
Okay.
So he's out here coaching now, trying to be something more, giving back to the community, be that guy. This was also aired on the NFL Network because the matchup featured some future stars on it, some blue chip players, as they were saying.
Future
Yeah.
stars of the flag football community.
I
Come on.
I don't know. I don't know. I just report the news. I don't
Yeah,
care.
I know.
Yeah. Anyways, there had to have been some chirping and shit talking going on. Obviously, always is. And at the end of the game, he is having to have security intervene because he's shouting after they won. That's why they pay me the big bucks over and over again, shouting it towards the other team, towards the other team's fans, towards the other team's
In a youth
coaches.
flag football game. Am I missing something here? Does
No.
anyone like and it's Geno Smith. This guy
Hmm.
is famous
Hmm.
for sucking. I
Hmm.
mean,
For getting traded.
yeah, that's why they pay me the big bucks. I mean, yeah, so he's got an eight-figure contract with the
Hold on.
Raiders. I
Let's
mean, but the Raiders would give us eight figures. So, I mean,
correct. I'm trying to see, was it flag football? I don't remember.
it is. I'm looking at it right now. It was a youth well, it says youth football event. So it doesn't know if it's flag football.
See the
It's
video that, yeah, because the video I watched was like they were showing it on the tickety, like it's a video of a video from the tickety talk,
yeah.
and the kids are they're in shorts and t-shirts,
Yeah, maybe it was a contactless.
something or other.
Yeah,
Let me see if
whatever.
I can.
I mean,
Oh, post on
whatever.
my.
Geno Smith is a fucking loser anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It's true. I'll send it over to you. You can post it in the
Speaking about losers, let's talk about
wrap.
Chicago White Sox fans. Finally,
Dude.
another fan base that's not the Pittsburgh Pirates is making headlines. Unfortunately, like this is becoming a serious trend
We're
here.
really having a problem with fandom.
Yeah.
Like
I
a
mean,
serious problem.
I
It's
don't know
not
what
okay.
why people think it's okay to just completely take a player's personal life and throw it back at them on the field. And
I
of course, like if you didn't see this, I mean, Sarah, you want to explain this one?
So a 22-year-old fan of the Chicago White Sox has found himself completely banned indefinitely from all MLB parks
Oh,
after
all
yell
parks?
all parks. It has come out.
Oh,
So he
I
was
didn't know that.
originally just banned from the White Sox.
Right.
And then it came out, I think, a day or two later that he was banned from all parks.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's great. I actually really appreciate that.
Well, because they need
I
to start
respect the hell out of that.
controlling this behavior because it's rampant right
Right.
now. It's not okay. Ketel Marte's
Of the
mother,
Diamondbacks?
yes.
Yep.
So his mother passed away in 2017. So this is a little bit of the backstory here. His mother passed away in a car accident
Yep.
in Dominican Republic. And when he had gotten word of it, he was actually playing in a game in Chicago when he got word. So Chicago is already a very raw place for him.
Oh.
So he's in the middle of this game. You have the Diamondbacks versus the White Sox, and we have this 22-year-old fan yelling at him, I messaged your mom last night, da da da, like chirping him about his mom,
Yeah.
and he broke down. And there's video of the Diamondbacks manager Torey Lovulo. He's out
Who
there
I
and
love. I love.
he's
Former
fully,
former Red Sox bench coach.
yeah, he's fully swearing and losing
Oh,
his
yeah.
shit to get this fan out of here because he's seeing his player break down completely. He
Yeah.
broke. He fucking
I
broke.
mean, he broke so hard that it was almost like, holy shit, are they gonna have to take him out of the game?
He
You
broke.
know,
Oh, it
like,
hurt my heart.
and it was like all the Diamondbacks crowded around him.
Mhm.
And it was, I love how the announcers were like, oh, well, is he crying because I forget who the player was before it broke his foot on a foul ball or something. And they're like,
And it's like,
oh, yeah, well, he's
no,
really emotional. And the other announcer was like, no, it's because this
it's
happened.
this because of because a
And then,
fan is a shitbag.
but they found the fan. Of course,
Yep.
he's wearing a Bears jersey, so he's a double loser, right? And that's great, though. I didn't know that they had banned him from every MLB stadium.
Yes.
I wonder how that happens, though. Like, how do you keep track of that?
You know how you have the scanners now where you walk in?
Yeah.
It's something probably where it's like beep, 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 beep.
But
Just scans your
what if I
face.
was banned from every MLB stadium and you bought the tickets and we went together and I just wore a fake mustache?
It's still going to scan your face. Or that moment your card gets scanned to buy beer or anything at all.
Yeah, I guess that. I guess you would really have to like either seriously disguise yourself for those scanners and then not buy anything there.
That's the thing, those scanners, you have to remember the scanners that are at the ballparks are like basically government issued scanners. They have them everywhere where it
Yeah,
scans your face, it full on profiles you.
right.
That's what's messed up is like, I don't know if you've ever seen them when they fully scan it. Like they can see the inside of your bag and your pants and all this
Yeah,
other stuff as well once you scan in, so that if you go through the scanner and you don't beep or anything like that and you're concealing something up your ass,
right,
they're gonna know. But the fact that it full on takes your face, it's just like TSA situation where it scans your face and it's like, let's run it through this. And then they're gonna come to you and be like, sir, follow me.
right, right.
And
Have
then
a seat. Have a
they're
seat.
gonna take that concealed baseball bat out of your butt.
Well, I mean, you bring your own bat, you should be allowed to use it. So,
Correct, I agree.
well, good. I hope this I I haven't really followed up on it. I hope he's getting a lot of shit on social media about this for being an asshole. I'm sure the
I'm
Chicago
sure he
White
is.
Sox fans are high-fiving him at the bar and he didn't have to
No,
buy a drink.
I will give it out to I will give it up to the White Sox fans because here's the thing too. It could have also been the time frame of the anniversary of her passing. I mean, it all aligns. Like it's really a raw place for him. And
Yeah,
a lot of the Chicago White Sox fans, I will give it to Chicago, they were standing with him and were like, we're supportive of you because it's, everyone's gone through a loss
yeah.
and it's hard when you're grieving, even, almost 10 years later. It's hard.
Right.
It- so, especially something like that where it's so sudden,
Yeah.
like a car accident like that. Ugh.
And
Um,
the fact that you said he got the news while he was playing in
while
Chicago. So it
playing,
is already a very raw place for him. So I understand, but
yeah.
I'm glad that they found him and justice is served. But
Fuck that guy. But
yeah,
fans, just go back to booing, you bunch of bitches.
honestly,
Just
honestly,
boo.
be
Just
smarter
bring
about it.
back the fucking boo.
Like you got to be smarter about this.
Bring back the boo, and you
Telling
suck.
telling people that they yeah, I texted your dead mother to go kill yourself. I wish the gun didn't jam to telling
Fuck your
people,
kids.
yeah, telling people that you're gonna kill their kids. Oh, I wish the
It though.
cancer killed you. Like, come on,
What
man.
do?
Like,
Yeah. What are
what are
we
we
doing?
doing? What are we
And
doing?
the kid did say he was like, oh, like I'm super remorseful. And then it's also one of those where I'm like, this fucking 22-year-old kid probably didn't even know the
Right,
extent of his comments. I'm not sticking up for him, but he didn't know. But that's where, like, if you don't know, shut your fucking mouth.
right.
That's what it comes down to. Just shut your fucking mouth.
Find something stupid and small to heckle these players
Just
about.
fucking boo. It'd be
Yeah,
like, pitcher got a belly itcher or whatever the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
stupid shit we used to
We
say
want
and
a pitcher,
fucking
not a
not a
belly
belly
itcher.
itcher or
Yeah,
some bullshit.
yeah,
How's your jock strap today? Like, is
yeah.
it riding up?
You look like
Fucking.
a piece of shit. No way. I don't know if that works. All right, Sarah, help me out here. Who is this week's biggest pickle?
All right. This week's biggest pickle, Malkim Beasley.
Not to be confused with Michael Beasley, who now plays on the Ice Cube 3-on-3, in case you were wondering where Michael Beasley is.
That's where he is?
Yeah, yeah, 3-on-3.
Well,
Ice Cube.
they get fucking
Yeah,
paid
I
on
don't
the
know. I don't
3-3.
think Ice Cube owns it anymore. I think it got bought out.
Yeah,
It's coming to the TD Garden soon. Come visit me over at the Sullivan's Tap,
do
168th
it.
Street.
Do it. Do it.
But
So yeah.
all right, so why is Beasley this week's biggest pickle?
Oh, do you want to know who he is?
Oh, well, I know who he is, but tell everybody else who he is.
So he is an NBA guard who plays for the Detroit Pistons as of late.
Yeah, I
As
think
of
he
late.
might be a free agent. No, no, maybe he's still with them. I don't know.
He's supposed to be a free agent because Detroit, this whole thing has Detroit going, I don't think we're gonna sign your ass now.
Hmm.
So, yes, why he is the biggest pickle? Because he is currently a subject in a gambling investigation from the U.S. District Attorney's Office.
Yeah, and we were talking in the beginning of the show before we went on, and we were. I thought we talked about it, but we're not sure if we talked about it. But in the past, Terry Rozier was had the same investigation going on against him, and he
Right,
was just cleared of any wrongdoings for a gambling probe. So he's okay to come back. So they do investigate these. They actually are investigating these players, and for Terry Rozier, I mean that's got to be a huge relief. You
right.
know, they
Because it's like, what the
obviously they're
fuck?
looking at video evidence. Now, I've seen some video evidence of Beasley in his gambling accusations, and if he's not a very if he wasn't gambling, I should say, if he wasn't betting on this, or his boys are betting, or however you do it, because
However you
obviously
do it,
you
right,
can't gamble, but your friends can gamble. If nobody was gambling, then he's just a very shitty player because there
right.
was some
Questionable,
questionable plays that we probably could have made
right.
right at crunch time, and he quote unquote missed them. So
Yeah, there's certain things. So this is all related to NBA games and prop bets during the 2023-2024 season when he was a member of the Milwaukee Bucks.
yeah,
And the one that every news outlet was highlighting was this one prop bet that had this wild jump. And so one of the sports books had released this information as to why they needed to start probing him and his whatever people are around him
yeah,
is because they detected unusual betting activity on Beasley's prop bet. And this is because it's a January 31st, 2024 matchup between the Bucks and the Portland Trailblazers. The odds on Beasley recording less than 2.5 rebounds moved significantly before the game, going from a plus 120 to a minus 250
wow,
before the game.
wow. So there was a lot of money moved on that one.
There was a lot of money movement, and he ended up recording 6 rebounds during that game.
Right.
So, yeah.
Huh.
So it's something where he's could be telling his friends like, "Hey, so and so was out of this game, so I know that I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and I'm gonna get this much playing minutes. So go heavy on this."
Right. Right. Yeah, you know what's sad is the fact that nobody understands how any of the internet works still to
Correct.
this day.
You can find everybody doing everything and all the terrible
No
things.
matter what you do, if you think that it's innocent on like, I'm sure there's a lot of, well, I know there's a lot of people out there that like who think that if you rob a sports booking app, or you rob a casino, that yeah, who cares? They make money hand over fist all the time. Yes. But now you're doing something different to the game, to the
Correct.
integrity of the game, to the integrity of yourself, and the integrity of the team.
Correct.
You're doing something that kind of opens the door for everything. Now, sports gambling is, now that, obviously that it's on the apps and everything, it's a bit like is everybody into it? Because, what's safe to bet, what's not safe to bet. Nothing's safe to bet.
Nothing so
It's really
nah,
just a chance, right?
right.
But like you also have to think, especially for like basketball and hockey and football, it's like when the ball is passed to you, if these guys have somebody that they know that is betting on them to catch this rebound, to catch this thing,
Mm.
I can easily miss it, right? Hey,
I
hey, I need you to
find
get 3 rebounds, not four. And when the fourth
oh,
rebound's coming to you, like, oh my God, you know?
and I fell and I roll on the floor.
Right, right,
I find that because the NBA has gotten so soft and because the NBA has really it's a totally different game
no,
than it used
yeah,
to be, that it has been able to go under the radar and be undetected for sports gambling because there's certain things over the last like 10 years that we could go back and go, we sure about that?
right,
Well, you know what I mean? There are moments where, I mean, if you're going up for a shot and you like slam it off the backboard and you're like, wait, you're a professional. You know what you're doing. None
right,
of this makes any sense to me.
right.
So now that they're digging deeper and investigating into it, I appreciate that and I like that. And hopefully it will bring some integrity back into the game.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will start changing the game to make the game tougher again so that these moments of question and doubt will stop.
I really think everybody has to stop being friends, personally. Like,
I agree.
be friends with your teammates, not with
And
the other team.
I seriously, I agree. Stop being friends and show up in Vancouver because you're gonna get jumped.
Yeah, right.
Like,
You know what's funny? Do you see the same path the WNBA is taking that the NBA took in the 90s, where it's like they're very chippy.
oh my
People are
God,
paying attention.
yes.
Everyone is
Yes.
attacking, obviously everyone's attacking Caitlin Clark because I mean,
Uh-huh.
she's the
She's
best
the
player to ever
moneymaker.
do. She's the moneymaker. So people are pissed about that. I love how people are pissed off that they can now take private jets because of her.
It's
Players are
unbelievable.
like, oh fuck her, she sucks, blah 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 blah. Yo, she's the reason why you don't have to fly commercial anymore. Like,
Correct.
I'm not saying bend over and kiss her ass. I'm just saying you gotta respect what's out there. And some of these girls that are coming out, and not to sound sexist or anything, but they are fucking beautiful. There are
Hmm.
girls coming out that are beautiful. That is changing the face of the game because I mean there are you know what, I'm just going to stop right there
Right,
because
I was waiting
yeah,
for it.
yeah, because I know what's going to happen here.
And
The
I'm like,
game
I
is
played
changing.
basketball for so long,
I mean,
sir.
there's a lot of guys in the NBA that are beautiful. I'm not going to lie. Amari Stoudemire used to just soak himself in red
Oh,
wine.
and the red wine.
I mean,
Still one of the
come on.
greatest mug shots of all time.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely. But
all tree
but
smoldering love.
everything that
Mm,
happened in the NBA in the 90s is happening in the WNBA now. They're
yes.
chippy, there's fights, people are watching, people are tuning
It's
in just
so
to
good.
see how many
Correct.
rebounds what's her name from Chicago misses. Yeah, what's her name? The one that famously hates Caitlin Clark.
Um, the brick house. What's her
Yeah,
face?
exactly. That's
Angel
how.
Reese.
Thank you, Angel Reese, who
Yeah,
famously sucks. I mean,
who full on could build an entire country with as many bricks as she
yeah,
lays.
famously sucks.
Oh, it's bad. She's
Right
bad.
before we leave, what about your girl, Dawn?
Don Staley?
Yeah, maybe going to the Knicks.
Who
She might coach the Knicks.
I will love that. She's
That would
all
be
time,
something.
all
That would
time.
be actually
She
pretty.
is
That would be pretty cool.
amazing. She's a, always her mind
Yeah,
is there's no words. I can't even make words. You see how excited I get? I'm like, "Ooh, let's talk about Tatiana. I love her.
I
She's so
still think
great.
the Knicks
She's so
should
great."
get Whoopi Goldberg to do it and relive Eddie.
But Eddie.
I think that'd be
Uh,
great.
quick recap, quick closeout for Beasley. Let's close out
Oh yes,
this
please, please,
quick
please.
thing.
Yes, yes.
Um,
I forgot we were still
so
on him.
yeah, so just a reminder to our listeners, this is not a charge. This is an investigation. This is investigations put on by the NBA and the sports books. However, if anybody remembers, back in 2021, Beasley was out of the NBA for a hot minute because
Oh, he's no
he.
stranger to problems.
Oh, no, no,
Yeah.
no. That's why I was like, this doesn't seem like could be far-fetched. Um, because he took a plea for a felony gun charge from a 2020 incident, and the plea was that he accepted the 120 days in jail and 3 years of probation. So no drugs, no alcohol, and complete anger management. So we shall see what comes from this.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna just go out and say guilty, but we'll wait. Let's wait
Not
for the hard
guilty until
evidence.
not proven innocent until proven guilty. I almost said
Yeah,
guilty until proven innocent.
I mean that's also true though.
It's
I
true.
mean you have to think about that too. You really are guilty until proven innocent, and then when you are proven innocent, it's buried under millions of pounds of stories. I mean, people are going to remember that Terry Rozier was investigated for gambling. No one's going to remember the fact that he was uh, free of those charges.
Right.
You
Well,
know,
it's like Trevor Bauer.
Trevor Bauer.
Everybody
Exactly.
remembers all of the other shit.
Yep.
Nobody is discussing the fact that he was let off.
Right. You know. Same with
He
O.J.
was
Simpson.
proven
Everybody,
innocent.
everybody remembers that he murdered his wife and her boyfriend. Nobody remembers how many yards he ran.
I also remember him breaking into Las Vegas casino to get his memorabilia back.
Yeah. Well, I might, I might break in to steal my own suit back too. No, probably not. He did more time for stealing his own shit back than he did for killing his wife.
Correct.
Unbelievable. All right, that's going to do it here for us at In a Pickle. Thank you so much for listening. Go over to iapradio.com and check out all of our social media accounts. Like, follow, subscribe, and share to all of our stuff. We are at 900,000 views on YouTube.
Nice.
We are almost at 1 million, Sarah.
We are almost there.
Can you imagine that? This stupid-ass show almost has 1 million views. I mean, I don't know if we get an award. I doubt it, but...
You know what?
Gladly
2
take it.
thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. We'll get 2 thumbs up from the YouTubers.
Yep.
Yeah, go over there and subscribe and watch all of our crazy stuff. You got an idea for a podcast or want to join a network of supporting podcasters? Go to MaydayMediaNetwork.com and join the Mayday today. And, of course, you can always find Sarah at Daddy-O Sports on the Instagram, and you can listen to her on her other podcast, gmtpod.com. That's Generation Mixtape. This week you have the 4th of July?
4th of July playlist.
4th of July
yes.
playlist. Very good playlist, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was stuff that could definitely be played at a barbecue. Not like that wedding song. Was the wedding playlist?
The wedding.
was like Five Finger Death Punch.
The wedding one was a five-finger death
Right?
punch.
Joe
The wedding
wanted-
one was a little different, but
White
yeah,
Clown by Korn. And the wedding, like that's the daddy-daughter dance? Right? I don't know. All right.
Head on over there and listen.
Yeah,
and
go over to gmtpod.com and check it out. Sarah, you got anything else?
Nope. Thank you, good sir. At press time, it is happy Bobby Bonilla Day.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Happy Bobby Bonilla Day. I forgot it was the first. All right, so for Sarah Ray-Talick, I'm Dave Houghton, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
He's got like 10 more years of that, right?
Something like that. Good for him.
Yeah. Fantastic. Pretty soon we'll be celebrating Shohei Ohtani Day.
Correct.
This has been a Mayday Media production.